Get ready to deck the halls in July with these 5 festive Christmas ornaments. Today's playlist is hosted by Krista's Crafty Life and Rustic and Lace DIY. Their channels are listed in the description box below along with the playlist. Project number 1 is a set of 3 whimsical gnome ornaments. I bought these 3 paintbrushes at a thrift store, and I'm painting the handles in Waverly chalk paint in Crimson, Dusk, and Fern. Then I'm using 3 of these wood half beads, and I'm painting them in Waverly chalk paint in Pumpkin and Ballet Slipper, and then 1 I'm leaving natural. While the nose is dry, I'm going to embellish the paintbrushes. The red one will get white polka dots, and the blue one will get small white polka dots, and then the green one will remain as is. Now I'm going to be adding brims to each of the gnomes' hats. I'm going to be cutting a strip from these plaid pajamas, and I'm going to be using that on the green brush. Now I'm going to glue the natural bead onto this brush. Now to make this one look a little bit more like an elf, I decided he needed some elf ears. So I'm taking a little corner of a tumbling tower block that I cut, 2 of them in fact, and I'm painting those with the green paint, and then I'll glue those to the side of the brush. Now he's the perfect little elf gnome. For the Santa Claus gnome, I'm gluing on the pink nose, and I'm using some of this fur ribbon from Walmart to make his hat. For the snowman gnome's hat, I'm using some of this black ribbon from Walmart. And then I'll glue on that orange bead for his nose. Once I added a hanger to the top of the brushes, I decided to go ahead and embellish the top of the hats. So for the Santa Claus, I added 1 white pom-pom. For the snowman, I added 1 snowflake. And for the elf, I added some red berries and greenery. Quick, easy, and affordable whimsical decorations for your tree. These little mistletoe ornaments are from Walmart, and I took them outside and I gave one of them a coat of this gold spray paint, and it didn't cover very well, but I love the way that it turned out. Now I'm simply adding a gold ribbon. This little ornament has a very elegant look. For this set of ornaments, I'm using some of these glass bulbs that I got at the thrift store that I was not using on my tree, and I'm going to be mixing together some Waverly chalk paint in the colors shown here along with some baking soda. This will give them kind of a textured, velvety look. My older chalk paint was a little bit thicker, and it only took 1 coat. But the newer chalk paint, which was sandstone, was a little bit thinner, and it did take several coats. I left them to dry on a skewer, and this also helped me go back and touch up any spaces that I needed to. I did spray paint the ornament toppers in a gold spray paint, and then I added them back. There is an extra ornament here that I did play around, and I combined the paints, and I love the way it turned out. For these ornaments, I'm using some different shaped mirrors that I ordered from Amazon, but I'm sure you could find something like this at Hobby Lobby. Now I'm using some of these decorative ornament hooks, and I'm straightening out the bottom so that I can glue the mirrors onto the straight part. Once I decided what pattern I wanted on each ornament, I used some of this fix-all glue and added it to the back of the ornaments and added the hooks. Even though these are smaller ornaments, they do give a subtle sparkle to your tree or garland. I got a long piece of a green baseboard at a garage sale. I got it for free, and I cut it into smaller sections. Now I'm just using this little piece that I cut out on my Silhouette Cameo to make a stencil. I'm using DIY paint and white swan for the stencil. Now I'm going to drill 2 holes at the top so I can add a hanger. Once I threaded my wire through the holes, I just used a pin to curl the wire around it to hold it in place. I added a small white bow made from a piece of ripped cheesecloth, and then I added a small pine cone. Don't forget to check out the playlist in the description box below, and thanks again to Krista and Brenda for hosting today. Here's another video I think you might like. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.